afraid anymore to look in the mirror and wipe all the tears off of my face, and sadness fades. I'm ready to be who I came here to be. I'm ready to be everything that I am, everything that I am. Too many years I spent putting square pegs in circular holes. I didn't know myself. Why would I come here to live a life stuck in a mold, bought and sold? I'm ready to be who I came here to be. I'm ready to be everything that I am, everything that I am, the I am. I am 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 the I am. No greater feeling than loving myself, body and soul, and the pain just goes away out in a new world as a creation, perfect and whole, in loving flow. I'm ready to be who I came here to be. I'm ready to be everything that I am, everything that I'm ready to be fences and held my defenses in front of me, not knowing my heart was imprisoned, till you gave me wisdom to find the key. I'm ready to begin. I'm open and love's coming in when you move through me, when you move through me. You give me the confidence to take back my innocence. Trapped in illusion of doubt and fear, not knowing that change would come my way, till I drove a highway free and clear from all my regrets. I'm open to what's coming next when you move through me, when you move through me. You give me the confidence to take back my innocence through me. And I am tired of all my excuses. And I close my eyes, and the one thing I know is true. And there's nothing I can't do when you move through me, when you move through me. You give me the confidence to take back my innocence when you move through me, when you move through me, yes. You give me the confidence to take back my innocence, oh, through
Good morning. Get ready to raise the roof. Spirit is in this place.
We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are.
affirm our life as sacred. We declare that peace is here. Yeah, Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Ooh, Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Ooh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. Spirit is in this place. Let's sing it. The Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise a roof with shouts of praise. Raise a roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Good morning. Bless you. Where I am, God is. Where I stand, God is standing strong. Where I breathe, God is breathing life in and out and through me. Ask me where I sing, God is. Where I dance, joy lives at my feet. Where I live, beauty's flowing free, in and out and through me. As me, for where I doubt, God is the faith in me. Where I cry, God is the comfort there. Where I seek, God is the answer. Here and now, forever and ever and ever. Where I speak, truth is. Where I work, love is my career. And where I play, God is playing boldly, in and out and through me. As me, oh, oh, do-do-do. Oh, hey, yeah. Where I am, where I stand,
Joy is, oh, God is.
Faith.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day. You've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I really did not let it go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Say I release all and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart's open wide. 'Cause I'm only here for God. Oh, no more struggle, no. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, and welcome back to the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living. It's February 7th, 2021. We have a full team here this morning. We have Dave and Mandy in La Crescenta for music. Say hi, Dave and Mandy. Hi. And we have Judy at the center. Say hi, Judy. And, of course, we have Reverend Karen Mitchell, who's also in La Crescenta this morning. And so we have a full slate of helpers, of light distributors, light workers this morning. But let's start off with a beautiful treatment. I'm hoping it's going to be beautiful. It's going to come out of my mouth, so I'm hoping it'll be beautiful. And I'm going to put on this piece of great music by Ben Dowling, this Ahimsa music that there it is. I hope you can hear that. So I invite everybody to just simply take a breath with me. Take a breath. And in this moment, let us all simply let us all simply just sit into this moment in time, this beautiful day, this Super Bowl Sunday. I think of a super big bowl of ice cream, but no, that's not what I'm talking about. The Super Bowl Sunday, it's a super Sunday. And as we sit back into this moment, let each of us simply know and affirm that this is a beautiful day, that there is only one life. That life is divine. It is God. It is the one. And knowing that it is, in fact, the one conscious thing, the one life, the one love, I simply, in gratitude, I simply bless this day, bless our time together, and know that all is well. Bless our community. I bless this year, knowing that as we move through this time of biological challenges, that we do so healthfully, with wellness, with consciousness, and that each of us are protected and safe and mindful. And knowing that this is the truth of who we are, I release this word gratefully into the action of that loving law. I just let it be and I let it go. And as I release this blessing together, we affirm it by saying, and so it is. And so it is. Ellie says, maybe a Super Bowl of soup. Super Bowl. Oh, that was good, Ellie. That was good. So, it's February. So we have new themes, and it's also Black History Month. And because it is, in fact, Black History Month, I think it's important to make a point of pointing out that we are making history right now that is also Black, could be considered Black history, because, of course, Kamala Harris, Vice President Harris, is our first Black and Asian Vice President of the United States, and she's the first woman to hold that office. And Chris says, greetings, glorious day to all, Chris Ermston. And so I think it's awesome in terms of history, let alone Black history, that Vice President Kamala Harris. But for an interesting perspective on that, take a look at this picture. Okay, take a look at this picture. This is a picture of a whole bunch of vice presidents. Now, what's interesting is, you see that red box up there? That's Vice President Andrew Johnson, who became president when Lincoln was assassinated. Until Andrew Johnson was vice president, Vice President Harris would have still been a slave. January of 1863 was the Emancipation Proclamation. So until he was vice president, she would still be a slave. If you go down to the next line, there's a blue. I'm muting you guys. Excuse me for 1 second. I'm muting all you guys. And then there's a blue square, and that blue square is Calvin Coolidge, who was vice president, but also became vice president. Until Calvin Coolidge, Vice President Harris couldn't vote. And then if you look on this line, there's Richard Nixon. He was Eisenhower's vice president. Until he was vice president, Vice President Harris had to go to a segregated school. And then on the green one down here, that's Spiro Agnew, who was Nixon's vice president. Until Spiro Agnew was vice president, Vice President Harris couldn't have her own checking account as a Black woman. Her husband had to have a checking account. So, and now she is the second highest elected official in our nation. So it's Black History Month. All this month we're going to do some reminders of Black history. I know Reverend Karen has something planned for the last Sunday of the month we talked about, and I have little tidbits for the rest of the month. So let's go directly. I think that's a perfect segue to go into our Ho'oponopono reconciliation, forgiveness time. Of course, the Ho'oponopono practice. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. You know, when I looked this up recently, I found out that it's not just a Hawaiian practice, but it's actually practiced in all of the Polynesian islands. So it's actually even much older than the time that the Polynesians came to the Hawaiian Islands. So let's go ahead and say this together. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. One more time. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Let's just take 2 minutes to meditate.
I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. We are responsible for what we see. Healing ourselves will heal the world. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. We are responsible for what we see. Healing ourselves will heal the world. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. It's so beautiful. I'm going to bring Karen on right now anyway. So I was talking to Karen. Guest has muted themselves. You muted the guest. Okay, now, are you there?
Hello.
Okay, good. Hi. So Karen and I were
I
talking
love you,
yesterday.
Doug. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
How you feeling? You got your second COVID shot.
I did. And I would just say that all the reports can be true, that it can be more difficult, uncomfortable than the first one. I was
You had chills
it
and
was
fever and stuff.
not
yeah.
pleasant, but yeah, body ache.
A lot
and the
more
whole
pleasant
thing.
than getting
But,
COVID, I think.
Right?
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And
Hey.
36 hours and it was done.
Good.
So that
I'm
was
glad.
good.
So I was talking to Karen yesterday
thanks for asking.
because, the Supreme Court struck down Governor Newsom's ban on indoor worship. And Judy mentioned to me this morning that the Catholic Church across the street from the High Desert Center is in full swing this morning. Now, I want to remind you guys that Orthodox religions that have an imperative to worship may have a little bit of a different relationship to this than we do, because we don't worship, we celebrate. And we don't have a moral or spiritual imperative to be together. But I recognize that we all want to be together. So Karen and I were talking about the fact we're going to watch for the next couple of weeks. But let's set a goal, everybody, that perhaps we'll be able to have our first in-person service back in around the 1st of March. and see if and Elizabeth said, I'm in the next phase. No side effects, please. Yeah, let's hope, Elizabeth. So for let's set an intention of being able to be socially distanced and safe with our forehead temperatures being regulated and masks and all that stuff for around the first Sunday in March. And we may not do it every single Sunday. We may do it every other Sunday, or we'll have to just let's promise each other that we'll watch what's going on, because today is Super Bowl Sunday, and who knows what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks. Our first imperative to ourselves and to each other is to be safe and not to spread this disease. So let's set that intention, and let's all watch lovingly and openly and mindfully and see how things go over the next couple weeks. Reverend Karen, you have a sister circle coming up next Saturday, the 13th,
February 13th, right?
11:30 a.m. So I know you're going to send out the, and I will also make sure that I resend all of this information out towards the end of the week, so that anybody who's on our list who may not have already participated and be on your Zoom list will get a notification about that. So great. So it's time for us to do our promises. So Reverend Karen, why don't you take that?
Wonderful. And I just want to add that we do have a Facebook page, the HDCSL Sister Circle, all one word, Sister Circle page. So you can visit the page, see what's going on. I will post the link to the gathering, the Zoom gathering, on our Facebook page as well. So we hope to see you there. Okay. Dr. Ernest Holmes promises. Here we go. I keep the promise that I have made myself to affirm in this moment that I am abundant, healthy, strong, and happy. I keep the intention to daily speak this truth to my inner soul, telling it that it is wonderful and marvelous. That it is one with the great cause of life, truth, power, and action. I whisper these things into my soul until it breaks forth into songs of joy with the realization of its limitless possibilities. I assure my soul. So it is.
Thank you for reading that. For some reason, my thumb, which was changing the slides, they weren't changing. So I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you.
I had my paper just in case.
I know, just in case. We all have to go back to our analog just in case. Okay, well, let's assure our souls by me too, by singing. Yeah, all we need is for the power to go out, right? Song. Yes, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I remember who I am. I remember who you are and who we are. His pure spirit. I remember who I am. I remember who you are and who we are. His pure spirit. We are life. We are light. We are love. We are joy. We are peace. We are wisdom. And beautiful harmony. We are pure spirit. I remember who I am. I remember who you are and who we are. His pure spirit and who we are. His pure spirit and who Who we are is pure spirit.
Susie was texting here asking if we are back in the sanctuary, will we also still be celebrating on YouTube? And we will, just like we did before. I will switch all the slides things around so that they will, you'll see like split screen sometimes with me on one side or Karen on one side and then the slides and stuff on the other side. So we still will. And but I also misunderstood your question originally. There's no Zoom fellowship today because of a Super Bowl Sunday. Places to go, people to not infect. So I don't know how that's going to work out for everybody, but none today. And Frank wanted me to announce. I want you to know that when we do get back together in person, Dawn sent me some beautiful pictures from the cleanup yesterday, but the Saturday painting went really well yesterday. Special thanks to Dawn, well, of course, to Frank for always spearheading our love of our beautiful center, but to Dawn, who was there, board member, Debbie, who was there, Clay B., who was there, Emily, board member, who was there, Marina, one of our directors of operations there, and Richard Fox. So thank you all so much. They said they had a lot of fun. They're going to meet again on the third Saturday this month, on the 20th, at 9 a.m. to paint and do more surface. So if we are able to be back live at the beginning of next month, you will see the beautiful fruits of their very loving labors, because they take really, really good care of our center. Let's go to our community affirmation, which is, of course, taken from Dr. Holmes's Declaration of Principle, first published in Science of Mind magazine in 1927. Let's say this together. It grounds us. It grounds us in our principle. I think it's really important that we do this. Here we go. I believe in one power, one living spirit, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. I believe that spirit expresses through me and is the unity of all life. I believe that the kingdom of heaven is within, and that we experience this kingdom to the degree that we become conscious of it. I believe that all thought is creative, and that how I choose to think creates my personal experience. I believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. And I believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. Charles asks, who are the board officers now? Oh, good. The board officers. I'm president of the board. Joanne Goodsell is vice president of the board. Dawn is treasurer. And Katrina continues on as secretary. And all the rest of the board members are trustees. And I don't usually like to be president of the board, but with us going into our second year of COVID and our finances and being able to continue to make sure that we can afford to weather this time and whatever may come up, I thought it was important this year that I be president for this year and exercise my prerogative as senior minister to be president. So we're doing that, and Marina and I have already started to work on preparations for a new Hefferlin grant, and Frank provided us with an entire laundry list of many projects that we can do around the center. So I've been in touch with the Hefferlin people, and Marina and I are putting together a grant proposal to the Hefferlin people to see. So we're doing our best to not spend any of our income on the building, but to get money from the Hefferlin Foundation, who love us and gave us money to pay for most of the money to pay for our parking lot redo this last year. So hopefully we will also qualify for a new Hefferlin grant to cover the other things that on Frank's very complete laundry list of things around the building that need to be done. So we're working on that right now. Yay, team. And yes, we have a wonderful board, and very excited about the things that we can accomplish this year and staying very financially healthy through this time. So it's time for some music, and we have Dave and Mandy logging in from La Crescenta, and well, I know
Beautiful downtown La Crescenta.
yes. Well, thanks for being here this morning, and your first song is one of my favorite Steve Winwood songs, so take it away.
Oh, thanks. It's nice to be with you guys. We're hoping we get to be with you when you open up in March, if it's the first Sunday, or even if it's not.
That would be awesome.
Great.
Thinking about it, it must be higher love down in the heart of it, in the stars above. Without it, life is wasted time. Look inside your heart, look inside mine. Things look so bad everywhere in this whole world. What is fair? We walk blind and we try to see, falling behind in what could be. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh. Bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love? I keep thinking of words are turning, how it's just hanging on, facing off fear and standing out there alone. A yearning that is real to me. There must be someone who's feeling for me. Things are so bad everywhere in this whole world. What is fair? We walk right and we try to see, falling behind in what could be. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love I keep thinking of? Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love I've been thinking of? I will wait for you. I'm not too late for me. Until then, I'll sing my song to chill the night alone. Bring it. I can light the night up with my soul on fire. I can face the sunshine from your desire. Help me think, let love come over me. Help me see how strong it can be. Oh, bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me
Bring me a higher love.
Woohoo! That was awesome.
Thank you.
I didn't tell you guys this, but the very first time I ever danced with my wife Sharon, we danced to that song. That was our
Oh,
first
nice.
dance song, Higher Love. Yeah.
You must be quite a mover out there then.
Oh, yeah, well, I was in those days because, we've been married 30 years. So last Tuesday was our 30th anniversary. So
Nice.
it was a while ago. I think that song was actually on the radio at the time. So,
Right on.
all right. Thank you, guys. Stick around.
you.
We'll do more. Okay, I want to remind everybody that the Centers for Spiritual Living are an open and affirming worldwide organization of religious science centers that we are a member of, and that we are radically inclusive and mindfully non-racist. The High Desert Center for Spiritual Living is a radically inclusive and mindfully non-racist spiritual community. All are lovingly welcomed here. No matter where you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here with us. This week we should be on regular office hours. That would be Monday 9 to 1, Tuesday 9 to 4, Wednesday 9 to 12, and Thursday 10 to 3. And the bookstore can also be open during any of those times. Also, remember that you do have to bring a mask and you do have to practice social distancing. We had our first class of the new Spiritual Principles and Practices class. This is a great class. It's very practical. That we do exercises during the class. There's exercises. It's really about understanding our spiritual principles and developing good habits of using them. It's a great new class. It's not too late to join in for the last 4 classes. It's a 5-week, 2-hour-a-night class. We stuck pretty good to the schedule too. We started right around 6. We were done by about 5 or 7 after 8. 6 o'clock on Zoom. I'll be sending out that link again on Wednesday. So let's see. Our practitioner for today is Judy. Hi, Judy. Let me unmute you. Make sure that can you hear me? Can I hear you?
Yep, I
Oh,
can
good.
hear you now.
Okay, good. And I can hear you too. So Judy's got our affirmation and our flames of faith. So Judy St. Clair, practitioner emeritus, take it.
Our affirmation today, I will say it first, then ask you to join me. I am open to the promise of a clean slate in every moment. Please join me. I am open to the promise of a clean slate in every moment. And once more, I am open to the promise of a clean slate in every moment. Thank you. Our flames of faith. We perform this ceremony on Sunday to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faith, all beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. The unity candle represents the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light the second candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the third candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the fourth candle of Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle, honoring all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual practices. Tonight, and we light the 10th candle for inclusivity, affirming that all are welcomed here. And as we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light names of loved ones, knowing that they have the experience of Spirit's eternal love. And so it is. Off and on this week, a poem that I read a long time ago kept coming back to me, and I felt I should share part of it with you today. The ships of an endless sea go round, with no thought of their journey bound, swaying this way and that, back and forth, without. What is their journey? Where is their quest? As I ride the sails in the wind, what is my direction? I watch the sun rise to greet me, knowing that all is well, regardless of the journey or the storm, regardless of the ship I am on. All is well. I take it to a port for protection in a storm. I am not without. I am within, with the divine of nature, of love, of understanding. Even if I do not understand, I let it be. Where there may be conflict, I let it be. I share my peace with it. I share my love. As I bless this day, this week, this time, and moment, knowing all is well as we make our transitions from one step to the next. We reach for understanding and acceptance of that which is. I accept my good fortune in thanksgiving and gratitude. It is what it is, and I am empowered by it. Knowing that I speak the truth of peace and understanding, I release any doubt and apprehension, accepting love and understanding, and knowing that this is so, and all is well. As we say together, and so it is.
Thank you, Judy. What are you guys doing this afternoon? Are you going to watch the Super Bowl?
Probably not.
Okay. Probably not. Well, I'm going to watch it with Jesse. Jesse really wants to watch it. I promised him I would watch it with him, and I went to Costco and got a big thing of wings. So we're gonna make wings and watch the Super Bowl.
Well, if I do something like that, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not that often that my 23-year-old now asks me to do something with him. So when he does, I say yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful treatment,
Have a lovely
Judy.
day.
You too. Beautiful
you.
treatment. Thank you for your service so much. Man. Okay, so look, the reviews are in, Judy. Deborah Kern says, absolutely beautiful, Judy. Thank you for sharing the light. Denise Williams says, wow, thank you, Judy. Beautiful. Dawn says, so beautiful, Judy. There's a reason she's a practitioner emeritus. She's been doing this for a while. All right, let's bring Dave and Mandy back. And so this song a George Harrison gem that I don't know that has ever been performed in church at any time that I've been a music director or senior minister in a religious science center. But it's so perfect. Take it away.
Thank you. Sunrise doesn't last all morning. The cloudburst doesn't last all day. See as my love is up, left you with no warning. It's not always gonna be this great. All things must pass. All things must pass away. The sunset doesn't last all evening. A mind can blow those clouds away. After all this, my love is up and must be leaving. It's not always gonna be this great. All things must pass. All things must pass away. All things must pass. None of life's streets can last, so I must be on my way to face another day. Now the darkness only stays the nighttime. In the morning it will fade away. Daylight is good at arriving at the right time. It's not always gonna be this great. All things must pass. All things must pass away. All things must pass. All things must pass away.
Ooh, that shouldn't be there. That Every Heart. That was from last week. I forgot to take that down. That was from Patricia Bahia last week. But wow, thank you guys. You know, it's really funny because I love that George Harrison song, All Things Must Pass. And I remember that iconic picture of him sitting out there camping on that chair with the long beard and the hat. You know, how tough to have been a nascent songwriter, George Harrison, in a band with two of the other greatest songwriters of all time. Yeah. And he absorbed their freedom and creativeness, and he wrote some of the best songs. Yeah, I really miss him. So thank you guys for bringing that today.
Four guys were destined to be together. That's for sure.
No kidding. Yeah. And you know what? I want to also honor you, Dave, and you, Mandy, for having such a deep filing cabinet of great songs that you do, because every month when you say to me or I say, you know, this is what my talk is about, you're always right there with a great suggestion. I had never thought about using that song during a service, but perfect for today. So thanks for doing it.
Yeah. Well, thanks, you guys. Well, it's nice
all right.
to see everybody.
Be safe,
See you
and
soon.
hopefully we will see you soon. And thanks for sticking with us
Sounds great.
all this last year. So love you guys. Have a great
Thanks, love you
Sunday.
too.
Enjoy Super Bowl if that's what you're
Thanks.
doing.
You too.
Okay, so all righty then. Here we are, Sunday, February the 7th, and this George Harrison song really perfect for today. And two of the verses really touched me so much when I was thinking about this. Sunset doesn't last all evening. A mind can blow those clouds away. Now, I know he wasn't a religious scientist, but he was a Hindu. And there's so much Eastern wisdom in a lot of his work. But he goes on to say, the darkness only stays the nighttime. In the morning, it will fade away. This is my favorite line in the song. Daylight is good at arriving at the right time, just like God. It's not always going to be this gray. All things must pass. All things must pass away. Perfect for what we're talking about all this month. February's CSL global theme for this entire month is one journey, many paths. And you can see this young lady sitting with her backpack, right, about to take the path less taken, the path less trodden. Whichever way she goes, though, it's going to be the right way. One journey, many paths. And this week, what we're talking about is the clean slate, a clean slate. I love the idea of a clean slate. And I'm encouraging us all this month. Last month, we were talking a lot about thinking about the divine and changing the way that we think about our relationship with the divine. And this month, we're going to be talking a lot about feeling the divine in our everyday experience by way of mystical experiences that transcend any single path or religion or tradition. Whatever way we go, it's the right way as long as we stay connected to our source along the journey. We're all on one journey, the journey of our spiritual evolution, but many paths to that same journey. So our divine life is one tree with many, many branches. And this week, we're talking about a clean slate because Dr. Holmes famously said, principle is not bound by precedent. So we are not bound by precedent, but we are freed by the principle that God is all there is and that we live in a universe where what we think and what we believe has a direct influence on what we experience. So when we can be able to surrender what things look like in front of us and know that we're always on a journey and we're always moving forward, then we can have the opportunity to experience and embody Spirit's creative, infinite nature because things are always changing. And like we discussed last week, a great mantra to have is this or something better as we walk up the stairs of life. This or something better. It's such a powerful mantra. No matter what's going on, this or something better. We always talk about the fact that we don't do our spiritual mind treatment to change the facts in our life, but we do our spiritual mind treatment work to change our relationship to the facts. And when we have our more in-line relationship to Spirit with the facts in front of us and say this or something better, then we are truly on the spiritual path. Using this affirmation keeps us focused on being open and receptive to Spirit's larger idea of our highest good. Because I'm convinced that it's very difficult for us, most of us, from our human perspective, to have the same larger idea that Spirit has for us. We get clued into, I talked about, catching the vision. We get clued into more and more of it the more that we do this and the more we say this or something better. And when we can do that, when we can say this or something better, then we can deconstruct what we might see in front of us and realize the spiritual truth of that whatever is happening, we can experience Spirit's potentiality. There's more potentiality in every single moment for us to grab and glean and experience. And as we discussed last month, for this year, our evolutionary global vision is a world that works for everyone. Centers for Spiritual Living's global vision continues to be a world that works for everyone. We envision humanity, everybody, awakening to their spiritual magnificence and discovering the creative power of their thought. A world where each and every person discovers their own power and their ability to create their own individual life within a life that works for everyone, a world that works for everyone. And we believe that one of our main tools for doing this is by practicing the presence of the divine on a daily basis. Not just praying and meditating, but doing it with a conscious connection to the divine in mind. Walking down the street and recognizing that what we see in front of us is God's gift to us. Mary Franklin, at the very beginning of the service today, she posted something on the chat that said, "Hello, my dear friends. It's a lovely day weather-wise." She said, "We are a lovely day since we are part of this loveliness." You're right, Mary. We are part of this loveliness, and practicing the presence of the divine, invoking the divine in all what you do. As you go out in nature, thank God for the beauty of nature, and recognize that all of us are here to live the principle of oneness, love, creativity, unity, and become aware of this and experience that one infinite reality that we are one. When we can do this, when we can walk around the world and be grateful for God's gift of this world to us and the magnificence. I always talk about that first time that we went to the Grand Canyon. How many of you went to the Grand Canyon and found that it really was much bigger and more impressive than you could have thought it was? To me, that's one of my things about God, about spirit. I know that it's much bigger than I ever thought it was. And in that, so is this oneness, much bigger, much truer, much more connected than I ever thought we could be. Practicing the presence of the divine means engaging in this kind of formal, disciplined methodology of quieting our mind and body and opening us up to the awareness of this oneness, the awareness of the immensity of the divine, just like we're aware of the immensity of the Grand Canyon. Practicing this presence allows us to consciously align ourselves with our good, meaning spirit. We're reaching up or in or around. I know that that's kind of a geographical picture of reaching up to God. It's kind of an old thought of God being above, but God is above and within and surrounding us and indwelling us, and it's even the chair that you're sitting on right now. Practicing the presence allows us to consciously align ourselves. And practicing the presence also means living in alignment with our science of mind principles and using our teaching in a way that we engage in this world on a daily basis, in the present moment. In the present moment. We've all had moments in life, too, when we've been given this clean slate. Sometimes we ask for a clean slate. Sometimes we welcome a clean slate. Sometimes a clean slate is thrust upon us by changes outside of our control. Somebody dies. A job evaporates. Sometimes it's completely out of our control. But whether we choose it or whether it's thrust upon us, a clean slate is always an opportunity for more clarity, for creativity, and I think most importantly, for new possibilities to emerge from that potentiality of spirit. There was a Roman philosopher, Seneca the Jr., who wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's ending." Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. It's true. Every beginning represents the end of something else. Sometimes it's the end of one good thing to another good thing. Sometimes it's the end of something that we don't enjoy to something that's good. Sometimes it's the the end of something good and a time of readjustment to get back to an experience that we consider to be our chosen good. And while we may recognize that some of our beliefs and behaviors and situations no longer serve us, this came to pass, it shall pass, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily easy to release. But it is our divine birthright to experience a clean slate anytime we decide to. Sometimes it's decided for us, but if you can remember that anytime you want to, you can reset a clock. You can reset today from this moment forward. You have all the power in the world to live what you desire and require to live. Emerson said, finish each day and be done with it. You've done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. Wow, is this powerful? I just discovered this quote this week as I was preparing for this talk, and I don't know why I've never heard it before, but I want to make a poster of this and put it up here in my studio. Finish each day and be done with it. You've done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Doesn't that cover a whole rainbow of stuff? Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. I love that so much. But accomplishing this does require us to have the willingness to let go of yesterday and embrace the now moment. And again, we do that by practicing the presence of the divine. The more you can remind yourself that you are living a divine life. I mean, for me and Sharon, going out into nature is such a good way because, we love to ride our bikes out here in Santa Clarita, and Santa Clarita, the city of Santa Clarita, has great riding trails, and it's just so beautiful. And I know that most of this community, the spiritual community who live in the greater Victor Valley, in the Apple Valley area, one of the things that I notice when I drive out to the center and I get off at Stoddard Wells Road, and then I turn right, and then I'm coming back up Stoddard Wells Road to turn left onto 18, about the first thing that I encounter is that hill that has all of the sand-colored rocks against the blue of the sky. Every single time I get off the freeway at Stoddard Hills and I make that turn and I see that hill against the blue sky, I say, good morning, God, because it just strikes me in that moment. That's practicing the presence of the divine. You might remember that my favorite metaphysical spiritual movie is Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day, in which also, of course, happens to be, Karen says, we can't clean the slate while using dirty erasers. That is great, Karen. Yes, got to go out and clap those erasers, get them clean before you clean the slate, just like we did in elementary school. Man, does anybody have a chalkboard anymore? Are they all whiteboards with markers? There's no chalk dust anymore in elementary schools, are there? Oh my gosh, what a memory. So anyway, I was talking about Groundhog Day, and Groundhog Day, which is February 2nd, which also happens to be Sharon's and my wedding anniversary, and we just celebrated our 30th marriage anniversary on Tuesday. But in Groundhog Day, there's an obnoxious and cynical weatherman who lives February 2nd over and over and over again until he finally starts to change and get some things right on the spiritual level. He gets a do-over every single day. Even when he gets sick of living that way and throws himself in front of trains and planes and off of buildings, he still wakes up 6 o'clock the next morning with the same day to live over and over again until he starts to change spiritually. Now, have you ever prayed for a do-over? A second chance, a clean slate, only to have that happen? And then you might find yourself confronted with a curious combination of exhilaration and also fear, terror, about, like, you might feel like, oh crap, now I have to put up or shut up. Well, take a look at this.
Tiffany,
So are you ready for me?
good to meet you. Are you ready for me? Are you ready to let go of your issue?
Oh, I am.
Are you? Then you're ready.
Okay. Well, I am a double lung transplant recipient. It's been over a year now. Well, my problem is right now is applying my passion and getting over the fear, getting over everything that causes me to not,
Right.
continue forward.
What are you afraid of, Tiffany?
Success. The success scares me. I've never envisioned anything that God is drawing me to.
Yes.
So
Until now.
until now,
Okay.
yeah, and I feel like it's kind of beyond my reach.
Okay. So let's look at your past successes. So you're breathing?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So that was a successful operation.
Oh yeah.
Do you still have life to give? You still have love to share? You still have success to radiate? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So you're not afraid of it. What you're afraid of is the future. Okay? So you have somewhere implanted on the future some anxiety around success. So I need you to stay right here. I want you to feel the success that you now have experienced with the healing of your body temple and any other aspects of success in your life. I want you to be right here. Now, in this feeling of success, I want you to begin to see yourself living the life that you say God is pulling you to live. And then take baby steps walking in that direction. And every single day, do at least one step. So once you take baby steps, you'll create spiritual, emotional, and soulful movement that will keep carrying you. You'll have bigger steps, bigger steps, bigger steps. And you'll see that you're already in the success even before it manifests, even before it shows up. You're already in the feeling of it.
Okay.
And then when it shows up, it's like, oh, I knew this all along. I was already feeling it.
Yeah.
Can you be about that?
Yes.
Let's agree.
Yes.
Let's feel that it's done.
It's done.
Take a deep breath. You have good lungs. Feel that success.
Yes.
And so it is.
So it is. Thank you.
Tiffany, thank you for being here at the help desk.
Tiffany got a clean slate with her double lung transplant, but then she started to fear what was coming in the future. All Michael wanted her to do was to recognize what's true here and now. She's breathing. She made it through, and take some baby steps to stay out of the fear. Interesting that her clean slate was new lungs. Watch this clip with Oprah and Eckhart Tolle.
There are many little things you can do to access the power of the present moment. For example, a very simple thing, ask yourself, am I still breathing? And you suddenly feel the air flowing into your body and out of your body. Yes, I'm breathing. At that moment, you've entered the state of presence. Even if it's only 5 seconds, you've entered that, you've become present.
In the moment.
In that moment. So another thing I suggest is when you do habitual everyday motions like washing your hands or walking across the room or walking down the stairs or the slightest thing, taking a cup out of the cupboard, do it consciously, do it being present of every, the feel, for example, you wash your hands, feel the water, smell the soap.
Yes.
Becoming acutely conscious of sense perceptions, which means looking, hearing, touching, if also, brings you into the present moment. And the more you bring those moments of presence into your life, the more your old conditioning becomes eroded gradually.
I see. So learning to do it with washing your hands. I just got
Simple
this.
things.
Well, this is good. This class is good for me. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I got it now. Just learning to do the simple things begins to retrain your mind.
Yes. And another thing is most simple things that you do, which actually fill up most person's everyday life, because the whole day consists of simple things that you have to do.
Right.
They're all relatively simple.
Right.
And the way most people live is that everything you do is a means to an end. And the end is where you want to get to, the next moment.
Right. So you're never thinking about the moment.
No,
Yes.
because you want to get to the next one. You're washing your hand in order to already do that. Or you're while you're making a cup of coffee, you really want to be drinking it. And then everything you do is a means to an end. The end is always the next moment in the future, which never arrives, because all you ever have in life is the present moment.
Present moment. So you're constantly frustrated,
Yes.
creating anxiety for
Stress.
yourself and stress, because you can't just be present now.
now.
Simple baby steps, right? Each one a means to an end. I love it when he says, while you're making a cup of coffee, you really want to be drinking your coffee. So you're already in the future, you know? And he's talking about practicing the presence by just noticing what you're doing. I am picking up my cup. I'm taking a sip of my coffee. I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. Michael and Eckhart are saying the same exact thing. Pay attention in the now to the simple baby steps. Because you know what? The future, which is a blank page, can be scary. You know, I'm a composer, and many composers find the blank page to be absolutely terrifying. I was lucky when I went to music school. My teacher taught us a very practical way to never have to stare at a blank page. He said, do the things you know to do. So if you know the song that you're going to do an arrangement of, right? You're going to lay out the score, put the bar numbers down, put the double lines in, put the clefs and the key signatures in, write little notes to yourself. Hey, I think the vocal will start here, or hey, I think the saxophones are going to start here, or just make little notes so that when it comes time to put aside your fear and be creative, you already have something that looks like a score, right? So the blank page, that's the future. And there's an obvious attraction to the blank page, the empty canvas, the open road, right? But there's still both a hope and fear that are inherent in all of life's transitions. Leaving, coming, going, like marriage, parenthood, divorce, career changes, moving, losses and successes of all kinds. They scare us if we focus on the future instead of the now. You know, it's funny because they say that the physiological somatic sensations of fear are exactly the same as the sensations of excitement. So to be excited in the now rather than scared of the future. You know, sometimes Frank Garano says the coffee portion is all about less, huh? Yeah, not just about Les, Frank. Not just about him, I'm sure. Me too. Sometimes we intentionally want to clean the slate or the blank page. Other times it's thrust upon us, welcome or unwelcome. But it's always an opportunity to tap into our divine self, the source of creativity. The birth of anything new is preceded usually by pain and messiness. Have you ever remodeled a house? You know, you got to have a bathroom that looks like this before you have a new bathroom, right? To rip out the walls and everything, I mean, it's going to look worse than it looked before you decided to remodel it. You know, anybody ever hired Closet World to make a new closet? You know, you got your before and you got your after, right? We first have to experience the destruction of the old and the disorder that's temporary. You know, this disorder is temporary to get a new bathroom. This closet on the left is temporary before you get to the after. It's exactly the same thing in our life experiences. The cleaning the slate can bring up a lot of feelings, but we move through them and we stay with it. These feelings are our inner GPS, letting us know, okay, now I got to turn to the left. Now I got to go straight, right? Our inner GPS letting us know if we're on the right track. And our thoughts and the connected emotions are moving us closer to our source, which is the lifelong destination. Or further away if we let ourselves get into fear. If we move into fear, we're moving further away from our source. If we're practicing the presence, we are moving towards our source, towards that part of our destination. Meister Eckhart famously said, be willing to be a beginner every single morning. Be willing to be a beginner every single morning. I think he's saying the same exact thing that Emerson's saying. Finish each day and be done with it. You've done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. Be willing to be a beginner every single morning. So between Ralph Waldo Emerson and Eckhart von Hochheim, Meister Eckhart, you got a map for your entire life's journey, right? This month, while we're talking about a clean slate, the clean slate really is the gift of motion. Really is, when I think of a clean slate, I think of Even if I allow scary thoughts to come in, I have to pull myself back, practice the presence, and think of and realize that God in each of us, as each of us, is each of us. And this clean slate is also God. It's a do-over. It's a do-over. Lots of ways to practice the presence. There's spiritual mind treatment. There's meditation, mindfulness exercises of all kinds. Go outside. Give yourself permission to indulge in whatever feeds your soul on a daily basis. Do sacred service. Walk in nature. Clean slate. Listen to music. Clean slate. Last week we were talking about in class on Wednesday night, Dawn was talking about the fact that she gets up every single morning and she listens to her playlist of New Thought music as she's watching the sunrise. Clean slate. Have fun and honor your body and rest well. Get plenty of sleep. All of these things express the divinity that we are. Our backronym for this week is Clean Slate. Consciously, love expresses its abundant nature as Spirit's limitlessly absolute, transformational energy. That's our clean slate. Consciously, love expresses its abundant nature as Spirit's limitlessly absolute, transformational energy. I should have figured out whether I could say the word limitlessly before I wrote that as part of my... Ellie says, a clean slate is an opportunity to create something new. Absolutely. That is the truth. I'll try this one more time. Consciously. Consciously, love expresses its abundant nature as Spirit's limitlessly absolute transformational energy. Got it right that time, Karen. So, yes. Our affirmation for today, the clean slate, is I am open to the promise of a clean slate in every moment. I am open to the promise of a clean slate in every moment, because that's what it is. It's a promise. Charles said, what a backronym today. I know. I could have gone with just clean, or I could have gone with slate, but I wanted to make it clean slate, and it took me 48 hours to come up with that. I thought about it. I thought about it on Thursday and Friday before I finished it on Saturday. So, all right. Dr. Holmes teaches us that our experience here on planet Earth is perfect God, perfect human, perfect being. And our 2021 global vision is timeless wisdom and evolutionary vision. Yes. So Cheryl Lee says, thank you for your message today, Doug. You are welcome. Clay Reynolds said, beautiful music, wonderful treatment, fascinating history lesson and talk. What an amazing start to a spectacular day. Great. I am so glad we spent this time together. Somebody commented from another spiritual service that our service is long. It's about an hour and 20 minutes to an hour and a half. And they're saying, don't you think you should finish your service really, really quickly, like get out in an hour? But I feel like this is the time that we spend together as a community every week. And until we can really be back in person and see each other and wave at each other, that I'm not itching to get out of here. I'm itching for us to spend this time together. Richard DeLoof says, my clean slate is feeling whole with you all, who I have missed. Love you all. Love you too, Richard. All right, I want to remind you guys, so it's 2021, and thank you. Karen Mitchell said, fantastic service, Reverend Doug. Thank you. We have two ways to contribute to the center. One that's very easy from your phone, Give Plus mobile app. When you go to the Give Plus mobile app, it gives you all the choices about, you can give to the general fund. You can make a donation to the, First Circle for service costs. Right now, the service cost is just guest musicians. And you can also give make a class contribution. But you can also do much of that in the same exact way by going to our website and clicking on one of the donate buttons, which takes you to that donate interface. I want to remind everybody that during this time of the pandemic, our income has been significantly down, but thank goodness our expenses have also been down even more. However, that being said, I want to encourage everybody, if you're getting value from what we're doing, to remind you. Charles says, the service does not feel too long. We don't want to rush. Thank you. I agree. And Ellie says, I appreciate the time to spend with you. An hour and a half plus prelude music is great. And Christy says, thank you. Yes, thank you. I agree. It's not too long. I want to remind everybody that if you're in a position to give what you've been giving or more, we certainly can use it. And if you are not in a position to give what you used to give what you can. And if you can't give right now, just keep coming back and soaking up our Science of Mind lessons. Your paradigm will change because it's all about transforming our life through the teaching and the learning of the Science of Mind principles. And what is that Science of Mind principle? God is all there is, and we live in a universe where what we think and what we believe has a direct influence on what we experience. So you can also come to our center. I remind you of the office hours, Monday 9 to 1, Tuesday 9 to 4, Wednesday 9 to 12, and Thursday 10 to 3. You can come to our center. We are located at 18575 Corwin Road in Apple Valley, California. Our web address is the high-desertcsl.org. And so Brandy and Judy and Joanne and who else are in our office on a weekly basis? Brandy and I'm having a senior moment here. We are our giving affirmation is divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God. It's Yo is Yolanda is the other person who works in the office. I knew I was having a senior moment there, so I don't claim it as a senior moment. I claim it as a senior revelation for my 63 years. Those are the office hours. Oh, Ellie says Monday it's me. Okay, good. So it's Monday is Ellie. So it's Ellie and Yo and Brandy and Joanne and Judy. Those are the people who cover stuff in the office. If I missed anybody else, let me know. And yes, let's say our giving affirmation together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of this spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And I always say, I bless this gift in faith, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And Dawn put up in the chat, Yolanda, and I just want you to know, since there's a delay between what I say and what you guys hear and see is 30 seconds, I did remember Yo's name before it came up in the chat. So just so you know, I had that senior moment, but I recovered. So, all right, let's take a moment here to sing All Is Well and remind ourselves that all is well. All is well, and I am grateful. All is well, and now it's time to let it go. All is well, and I am grateful. Life is good, and so it is. I know that the infinite indwelling spirit blesses us and protects us all the time. And I know that spirit is kind and gracious through us and as us. And I know that spirit shines its light upon us and is our peace. And so it is. Amen. Shalom. Ashe. All is well, and I am grateful. all is well, and now it's time to let it go. All is well, and I am grateful. Life is good, and so it is. Life is good, and so it is. One more time. Life is good, and so it is. You guys have a great day. Have a great Super Bowl Sunday. Have a great week. Be safe. Don't spread the disease because it's Super Bowl Sunday. And enjoy this week. Remember that we've got our class on Wednesday evening. Where's the class graphic? There it is. We have our class on Wednesday evening, 6 p.m. And it's not too late to join this class. If you let me know before you're going to join the class that you are, I'll send you the workbook. You can catch up on last week's work. And I'd love to have you in class. Have a great week. Peace and blessings to everybody. Let's go out with Daniel's God Makes Me Want to Sing. Have a great day. Love you.
Can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. I can't. God makes me wanna sing. Make me feel so good. I can do most anything. I am loving every living thing. I can see the face of God and paupers and kings. Whoa, oh, yeah. We're all precious, no one less or more. We've all got the same treasure in store. That's why I'm loving every living thing. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Woo-hoo. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Makes me feel so good. I can do most anything, everything. I'm believing in my God.